Today is Thursday. And this is a throwback.
Today is Thursday, and this is a throwback is an obnoxiously long hashtag and a nostalgic rich talk show presented by the Peridot. Today in history, on February 5th, 146 BCE, the Third Punic War, the last of three between Rome and Carthage, came to an end on this day, culminating in the final destruction of Carthage, the enslavement of its people, and Roman hegemony over the Mediterranean. On February 5th, 1900, the first of two Hay-Pauncefote treaties, named for U.S. Secretary of State John Hay and British Ambassador Lord Pauncefote, was signed between the United States and Great Britain over control of the proposed Panama Canal. On February 5th, 1934, Hank Aaron, an American professional baseball player who played 23 seasons in the major leagues from 1954 to 1976 and surpassed batting records set by some of the greatest hitters in the game, including Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb, was born in Mobile, Alabama. On February 5th, 1985, Portuguese football player Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the finest forwards of his generation, was born in Funchal, Portugal. On February 5th, 1994, Byron De La Beckwith was convicted of killing civil rights leader Medgar Evers in 1963. Beckwith received a life sentence. On February 5th, 2003, U.S. Secretary of State Colin Powell appeared before the United Nations Security Council to present evidence that Iraq possessed prescribed weapons of mass destruction and posed an immediate danger. On February 5th, 2017, in the first overtime game in Super Bowl history, Tom Brady and the New England Patriots overcame a 25-point deficit to defeat the Atlanta Falcons. On February 5th, 2020, after being impeached by the House of Representatives over his actions in the Ukraine scandal, President Donald Trump was acquitted in the Senate. Today's Throwback VHS is dedicated to the number one movie at the American box office on February 5th, 1988, Good Morning Vietnam, an American war comedy drama film written by Mitch Markowitz and directed by Barry Levinson. Set in Saigon in 1965 during the Vietnam War, the film stars Robin Williams as an Armed Forces Radio Service AFRS DJ who proves hugely popular with the troops, but infuriates his superiors with what they call his irreverent tendency. The story is loosely based on the experiences of AFRS DJ Adrian Cronauer. The cost of admission to the cinema in 1988 was $4.11. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, but some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Today's throwback is dedicated to the Super Soaker. Here is a throwback clip to the Peridot's Black History Fact of the Day, highlighting aerospace engineer and inventor Lonnie Johnson and his Hall of Fame toy. The Peridot's Black History Fact of the Day. According to SmithsonianMag.com, Lonnie Johnson, a graduate of Tuskegee University, joined the U.S. Air Force as an engineer, then began working for NASA. As a literal rocket scientist, Johnson worked on the Galileo and Cassini satellite programs and at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. He is a prodigious creator who holds more than 120 patents on a variety of products and processes, including designs for film lithium batteries, electrochemical conversion systems, and heat pumps. In 1979, while at the U.S. Air Force Space Mission Lab, Johnson patented a device that optical reduces a binary code to scale, then uses a magnifying lens and sensors to retrieve the information. I know all of that sounds very technical, but it is the basic technology used in CDs and DVDs today. In 1986, Lonnie Johnson received a U.S. patent for a device simply titled the squirt gun that would become known as the Super Soaker, that he accidentally stumbled upon in 1982 while working on an idea for an improved heat pump. The Super Soaker became the top-selling toy in the world in 1992 and has been one of the top 10 toys sold every year since then. The invention landed Johnson in the National Toy Hall of Fame. You know what time it is? Yeah. It's time for the number one song of the day. It's the number one song of the day. On February 5th, 1989, Paula Abdul topped the Billboard Hot 100 with Straight Up. Straight up, now tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Oh, 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 or am I caught in a hit and run? Yeah. Big move, Paula, because do you want to love me forever? Do you? Well, that concludes today's show. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Peridot Network on YouTube. Listen to the Peridot's playlist on Spotify, and follow the Peridot Net on Instagram, TikTok, and the website formerly known as Twitter.
Today is Thursday. And this is a throwback.
I can't damn see.